I have an original Lincoln Parlor card. That is the basis of the Lincoln penny.
That's pretty amazing, the ones that he signed. I've only heard stories of these existing. This is the Brady's one.
Matthew Brady. He did the image for the $5 bill and the cent, and this is the basis of the Lincoln penny. I'm at the pawn shop today to sell my Lincoln Parlor card. So I'm a collector of Lincoln memorabilia, and I saw this card at an estate sale about 15 years ago, and I don't think they knew what they were selling. If I sell the card, I'm going to reinvest in my Lincoln collection.
Parlor cards were sort of a new thing. They sort of came out in the 1860s. Back then, it was a really cool thing to have a photograph in your house because photographs were expensive, really new high-tech things. Eventually, it became really popular to get like, you know, the president, maybe a famous writer or something like that. You get their parlor cards and you would literally put them in your parlor in a glass case and it showed you were sophisticated. It was a big deal. This guy Brady made some parlor cards, actually had Lincoln sign them. And so this is actually the image that is on the cent in your pocket. The Lincoln cent came out in 1909, and right around that time period, Lincoln had elevated to the status of greatest American the world has ever seen. That's when they started designing a memorial for him. Also around that time period, Teddy Roosevelt, he really hated the way our coins looked. Our cent was the Indian cent. He just told the Department of Bureau of Engraving, let's get something a little better. And that's when all of our coinage changed. And there for a while, we had Lincoln and then a bunch of beautiful women on our coins. Like I said, I'm still in shock that you brought this in here. I didn't know one existed in private hands. How much you want for it?
I know you've got to make some money on it. This is the only one left, so I think a fair price is $100,000.
That's a lot of sense. I know they're uber rare. Let me get someone in here who'll have a better idea what its value.
Right.
Okay? I'll be right back.
Okay.
I'm just in shock. So here is like the Holy Grail.
Wow, that's really an astounding piece. Photography was not an easy process. It's not like today where you can just run off photographs and any senator or president can sign them easily. Mid-19th century photographs are generally pretty uncommon. I'm not sure I know of any of his predecessor, James Buchanan. There were a couple engravings of John Quincy Adams that he signed. They're pretty rare. They're only a handful in existence. I mean, really, if you're collecting presidential signed photographs, this is the top of the pyramid.
I've never actually seen one before.
They are out there. They are rare, though, and they're often heavily forged, shall we say. So this Lincoln Parlor card could be special for two reasons. One, it was taken by Matthew Brady, who was the most famous American photographer of the time. And two, was later used to create the image of Lincoln on the penny. So I brought in some examples of authentic Lincoln signatures here. So one thing I look for authenticity is the angle of the O. He usually makes it not as a perfect circle, but as an oval, and he usually slants it about 45 degrees upwards. So if you look here, there's a 45-degree angle. And then if we come over here, you can see it's not a perfect circle, it's sort of an oval, and you can sort of see the lower point and top point make that 45-degree angle. So, Rick, I do believe it is genuinely signed by our 16th president himself.
Okay, so the big question, what's it worth?
In a high-end retail gallery setting, you could probably put a price of $150,000.
It's worth even more than I thought it was.
Okay, thanks.
Sure. Good luck with it.
Thank you.
If you're a collector of presidential items, having a signed photograph of Abraham Lincoln really is the ultimate. It's a great piece of Americana. It's the top of the collecting pyramid.
Okay, so, I mean, like, what's your best price on it?
I told you $100,000, but you could make money even if you gave me 120.
I'll make this really, really simple for you. I'll give you $100 grand. I won't go a penny more. That's what I'll go. 100 grand.
I think 110 is a fair price.
I am comfortable at $100,000, and that's it.
We got a deal.
Sweet. Go right over there. We'll do some paperwork, and I'll get you paid.
Great.
And then you can pay the IRS. We look similar, don't we? Yeah. I could be president. Wow.
This thing is nice.
This is a cast me out.
This is like one of the holy grails of American coins.
I'll do 95 and that's it.
No, I don't think so. I think I'm gonna take it home.